Good morning again, guys. Yesterday I did a video about a situation that I got myself into, and it kind of got me thinking about a couple of other things. I've had people mention to me, well, do you have anything unique or any kind of tricks that you use on a daily basis in order to make water losses go easier? Well, actually I do. The conventional methodology for figuring dehumidifier requirements, it's kind of a painstakingly complicated system. I'm going to do an example for you. Say, for instance, we have a toilet supply line bust in a master bathroom. It's flooded out the master bedroom. It's affected the hallway off of it, the walk-in closet. There's a second closet that's affected, as well as the actual master bathroom itself. So the measurements of these rooms are the master bedroom will be 12 foot by 15 foot. Now that gives us a square footage of 180. You add in the walk-in closet, a 6 foot by 4 foot, and that gives you 24 square foot. The closet 2 is a 6 foot by 2 foot closet, and that's going to give me 12 square feet. You go on to the master bathroom, and that's 8 foot by 5 foot, pretty standard bathroom, and the hallway, which is 3 foot by 15 foot. Now, we've contained this area off to where we're only drying that airspace, so we don't have to factor in any other additional spaces. Doors are shut, everything's good. Now, I'll do the math for you guys. It ends up coming up to 301 square foot. Now, I have to take that square footage and multiply it by 8 to get this cubic footage of the air that I need to process. That comes up to 2,408 cubic feet. So, in this situation, we've salvaged carpet and pad. We've run whatever our subsurface extraction device we choose through across it, and we're stuck with a class 2 water loss that we're drying. So we're going to use a division factor of 50 based on IICRC and several other systems for figuring dehumidifier requirement. So we come up with 48 and a little change for the pints per day requirement. Now, all that is well and good, and it takes a little bit of time in order to figure all that out and stretching a tape measure, when the reality of it is all you're genuinely after is validating the equipment that you put on the job. We don't own a 48 pint per day dehumidifier anymore. They're all, the smallest dehumidifier most companies will have is an Evolution or an R175. Yeah, there are some dehumidifiers that are smaller than that, but genuinely that's what people have in their toolbox. So that's where I'm going to use. As an example, my system, the way that I do it, is I take the pints per day of AHAM that the unit is producing. So for an Evolution, that's a 70 pint a day unit as advertised. I take that number and I multiply it by 50 because that's the division factor that I need to start with. That number gives me 3,500 cubic foot a minute, 3,500 cubic feet. If I take that number and divide it by 8, I have the total area that unit will process in square footage. So if I take 3,500 divided by 8, I get 437 and a half square feet of area that this will cover based on this situation. An R175 using the same methods will give me 562 square feet that it'll process. So I can validate that, one, I don't have a dehumidifier that's smaller than that. So I've validated that a Evolution or an R175 isn't an excessive amount of equipment, and you can do it a lot faster than that. If starting off that an R175 will do 562 square foot of a house with 8 foot ceilings, that if you're looking at roughly a 1,500 square foot house, 3 of them inside the house will give you a safe amount of equipment to use. So, because equipment manufacturers, all of them, like to use arbitrary numbers on their equipment, may not be a bad idea to add 3 important numbers. If you take the pints per day the unit's capable of and multiply it by 50, 100, and 40, and put those numbers on there, your technicians will actually be able to look at the equipment and divide that number by whatever the ceiling height is in the house and know that their equipment's validated based on that. So do all the math ahead of time, have the numbers on your equipment, and you'll find yourself ahead of the game, and it's easier to validate equipment. It's much easier to do it that way. I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps you guys out. That's just something I've been doing. I've got more, and I'll share more with as time progresses. Thanks.